yeah, this thing called love. Just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa. Pa-pa-pa-da. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa. Pa-pa-pa-da-pa-pa.
Good morning and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show on this 30th day of June 2023. The month has ended. Can you believe that? June is over. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest at 31, except February alone. Remember that? Don't forget our old educational background. Those things we learned from childhood, your SSO, NLO, NNO, MME, HE, BB. Oh man, those books, those little cursive learning books and other little books from Africa. How are you, Sam? How you doing? Samuel, welcome. Okay, this man not ready to come on yet. We can't hear you.
The mic was muted. Sorry, you see the pickup? We just brought his body. My niece, I told you, I'm bereaved, and she's been buried at a cemetery somewhere around Clay Iceland, rural Clay Iceland. You can see the crowd there. But before we go into our regular topic, I just want to show you the Muslims are burying this girl. She's just around 22, 23. And we've come, it's rural Clay Iceland. You can see the burial site, they are still digging. And they are still digging. They have just buried her. You can see, you see that. Uh, so that's why I've come the little time I got spared to discuss with you what is happening in rural Clay Ashland. So thank you so much, and we can discuss now our regular issue.
Yeah. Okay, tell us what happened in Liberia now. What's happening in Liberia,
Well,
Sam?
like Gloria Scott, yeah, Gloria Scott lawyers have filed in the rid of McDonald or so because but most of the all the accused have been charged, and
Are
together,
you
it's
are
like
you
collective
are you
guilt.
are you mixing this case up? Gloria Scott lawyer filed what?
Gloria Scott lawyers are saying that they should charge those accused, you know, with specific charge, not just collective guilt. So that's the issue now on the ground in Monrovia at the criminal
Okay,
code A.
okay. Gloria Scott lawyers are saying that the government cannot charge everybody with murder. Okay,
Yeah,
all the people that got there, they got the mother, the aunt, the grandmother, and the daughter, and whatever, whoever they had got in jail. The prosecution is saying that, hey,
they got.
all people cannot murder one person. There has to be one
Hmm.
person, all these people that gave the death blow or stabbing or did whatever they had to do. All the people did not kill this woman together. There's one person that the government must identify as the main person who is the killer of Gloria Musu. Shala Musu.
Right.
So this is where they are now. So what is the court saying?
The case is scheduled for next week. The court has not come up with any definite time where the case will be, the case will start, when it comes to this charges. But they say next week they'll begin the trial because the grand jury already indicted them
Yeah, the grand jury
of
indicted
murder
them.
charges. So most of the lawyers are saying about you cannot collectively, charge these guys. And it gotta be it has to be individual. Yeah,
Well, they have all been charged with
it gotta be done
conspiracy.
individually.
The
Who
point
did
is
the real
now,
killing?
who killed her? Because of all the killing, and let me fix my bowl. Of all what happened, of all the stabbing she received, there was one stabbing
Mhm.
that caused her death. Okay,
Her
so
death.
who was doing all the stabbing? Was it one person or was it all of them? That was the
So should
prosecution.
it be collective?
Well, it can't. If even everybody stabbed him, there must have been one stabbing that killed her. Because if you stab a person in the armpit, in the hand, in the chest, they may not die. But what was the last stabbing that really killed her? Was did somebody stab her in the chest, or did she just bleed to death for all the stabbings? So who was doing the stabbing? Do they have the weapon? The weapon,
Well,
the scene of the crime. Do they have the
we
weapon?
have, we haven't seen any weapon, any object that was used to kill this girl. I mean,
Well,
maybe the police got it, and
they haven't gone through the case yet, Sam. So maybe
so
they are part of the evidence, but we have to wait to see where this case will go. And the prosecution has a good point too, because even all those people stab her, all of them may not. All of their stabbings may not have resulted in her death. So which, who stabbed her where that actually caused her to die? Was she stabbed in the stomach? Was she stabbed in the heart? Was she stabbed in the lungs? What was the fatal stab? Now that's what the prosecution want to know. Who dealt that fatal blow that killed her? All the other people accessories to the crime, they get part of it. But only one person who has done the harm to Musu Gloria to kill her. Who killed her? Did all these people participate? Did they all hold her down? Were they trying to part her? We don't know exactly what happened in the house. So once we do not know, the government is just charging everybody. The government said, well, there is no evidence as to who committed the crime. To bring
So when
everybody.
it comes to that, is it professional? Is it professional when it comes to legal matters? Is it professional to do that?
Well, you don't know who killed the people.
They just try somebody at random and there's no specifics.
No,
Is it professional?
you're not trying them at random. They are all. We were all in the house when the girl got killed. They all responded when the people asked them what happened in the house. Somebody yelled, Robert, Robert, and nobody else said anything else. And these people came out of the house. So somebody killed that woman. Somebody, and as long as the government does not know who really killed her, all these people who were involved in the house that gave us that were involved, that were up during the incident, all of them are going to be charged. Until we sift out all the who really killed this woman. Because right now, nobody knows who killed her. We don't know our daughter. Everything is they say. Okay, well, what the community say, only the people that were in that house.
The case is it possible that the defendant lawyers can file in for some additional autopsy or some proof? Can it be done? Is it possible for this guy can call for autopsy?
To find out
the defendant lawyers.
To find out
can
what?
They call for autopsy?
To find out what?
Yeah, what really happened?
What
really happened? How this girl was killed and who was involved? Autopsy because as possible identify those the killers.
They already done the autopsy. The autopsy will not tell you Gloria Scott stabbed her. The autopsy will not tell you and Mary Jones stabbed her. How the autopsy will tell you that? The autopsy can't tell you that. The autopsy is merely to see how she died. Did she die from stabbing? Did she die from poison? Did she die from choking? How did she die? That's all the autopsy is for.
So on the crime scene now, they can have forensic. On the crime scene, they can have forensic investigation. How can you conduct that? Where there's no breakage.
There were no breakage. There were breakage in her skin. The knife penetrated her body.
Where there's no breakage, how will you trace the real duel?
Well, they don't have the weapon.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't have the knife.
No, I mean from the outside, from the house, from the compound, there was no breakage.
Was there one knife used or were there knives? We don't know. So if there's an autopsy, the autopsy will tell us whether there were one knife or there were more than one knife because of the size of the knife. All knives are not the size. And there were multiple knives. Besides that, for us to see the fingerprint, for us to know who really killed her, we don't know that. We gotta have the knife, or we gotta have fingerprints. We gotta have something to anyway to who killed her. But even we have fingerprints.
Wait, yo, all again, I get people boy in this so. I small thing I carry in this so. A small thing here.
Because my capital, brother.
Go inside.
That's a situation.
So yeah, it's true. It's true when you look at that. You know, it concerns. You know, we all are involved in the kind of thing. So how will these guys, you know, respond to? Well, sorry. The burial, the team is going, and the noise. So sorry, let them leave. I- Yeah, they have left the village. This is a village. Yeah, we've come rural clay island. So I'm leaving the village already. But before I close the show, I will be here, and we will talk to one or two other people. This is Mr. David Morris. His niece just passed, and maybe
Sam,
he want to talk to you. Yeah,
Sam, we're talking
yeah,
about
sir.
people. You can't just jump from
Yeah.
the top of talking and jump into interviewing people. We're talking about
Okay.
growing death. What was the situation? Okay, so I mean, let people grow up also before you can talk about the people in the village.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm still okay.
okay.
I just told them.
The show is not about the death of that person. The show is about what happened in Liberia. So
Okay.
let's get to the topic. Okay. So and secondly, a group of people in Liberia have filed a writ of mandamus in the Supreme Court, demanding that the government of Liberia act to arrest and prosecute the sanctioned official. That's what you are talking about. You came up, you said something about Glorious Cat, and you said mandamus. Mandamus didn't come with Glorious Cat. Mandamus, the writ of mandamus is a writ that is issued to compel inferior government officials to do their jobs.
Okay.
A public group filed this writ of mandamus in the Supreme Court to compel the government of Liberia. I don't know which government, because the court cannot compel the government of Liberia. They are equal branches of government. The court can only compel an inferior officer of the government, justice minister, or whoever is supposed to prosecute these guys. So they're going for a writ of mandamus to compel the government to prosecute these people. This is
Those sanction guys.
Yes, those three guys that were sanctioned, because Leah has already taken the initiative to punish them. He suspended them from their job. He fired them. So once it's suspended, other agencies of government now got to do their part of the job and prosecute these people. So the Justice Ministry is the main ministry that's supposed to prosecute these people, and they're not doing it.
Right.
So this group, which is the public group of Liberia, what do you call the group? Public interest group, went and filed this writ of mandamus on behalf of certain Liberian. And I think a larger store or one of them, they filed it on behalf of certain people.
Yeah, he's a lead lawyer. He's the head.
And when you file a writ, when you file anything in the Supreme Court, you got to have standing. So when you read the newspaper report, they list certain articles that the case is based on. Article 53 of the Constitution, Article 7. They talk about Article 47 of the UN Convention. They brought in all these things to prove that, these people need to be punished under the law. The government needs to take charge of its responsibility and do what needs to be done. So the part about it now is with this writ file, how far is it going? They just filed it today, right?
Yeah. Yesterday, and there's no response yet.
Well, the
So
court,
we are waiting them.
if you read the newspaper report, whenever you file a case with the Supreme Court, you got to show that you have standing. First of all, the court does not just take cases like that. Okay, this is a case, all these people listing want the court to compel the justice minister to do something, but they got to show standing. And if you read the newspaper report, they show that Elijah Stoll, who is one of the people filing this writ, was affected by the behavior of these guys. I think a lot of people went to jail or something, right? You got to read the newspaper report. But
Yeah.
the whole newspaper report is trying to show that all the people that filing for this writ to compel the government to prosecute these people have been prosecuted by these people, have been somehow maligned by these people. So Elijah Stowe is saying that, hey, these people have hurt me, I have standing. Because you got to show that this case is you. You can't just come from outside and file a case with a court against somebody when the people have not done anything to you. So the court will not listen to it. But if you listen to if you read a newspaper report on Front Page Africa, they try to connect all the people that filed the writ of mandamus with actions of the government officials. The Bill Tuare, Bill Tuare, and Nathaniel McGill. These people's actions impacted or hurt the Luscious School people, so they have standing to bring this writ. Justice Ministry. The court cannot compel the Republic of Liberia. The court the equal branches the court can only compel an inferior officer of the government, which is like the Justice Minister. The court can compel another judge, anybody in government that has the authority to do something and is not doing it or is refusing to do it, and they are under the law, they're supposed to do it. That's what the writ is for. The writ is to compel them to do the work. They are trying to compel the justice minister to prosecute these people. They say, hey, the U.S. has already identified these people as committing crimes against Liberia. Not only that, President George has already acted upon the U.S. sanction. He has suspended the people from the positions. They are no longer in position in government. So once the president has suspended them, the agency that's supposed to prosecute them now supposed to act. Why did not act? That's what the writ is for. To say, hey, look,
okay,
the writ is for, first of all, somebody was hurt. Who was hurt? A larger school, or those people that filed the writ of damage. All of them were hurt. Because they were standing. They have standing in the case. You say, hey, I was hurt. This case involved me. If the case does not involve them, the Supreme Court will not. So they got to show that the case involved them. That way, a larger store say, these people actually hurt me. They put me in jail. So I have standing. I can bring their case. All the people that are involved were hurt by the actions of Bill Tuare, by Nathaniel and so they have standing. So they're begging the court now to do his work. Because the president finished acting. Action to show that the U.S. sanction has teeth. So, because it has teeth, George, we are acting on it. Now, the other people that are supposed to act got to do their work. Because once the president acts, the president does not have to tell the justice minister or prosecute this. No. Once the president suspended them, that's enough action to demonstrate to government officials that these people are persona non grata around the president. So once they are not acceptable around the president, that means the other agencies of government to do their jobs. And they haven't done their jobs yet. So that's what this writ is for. All the different articles of the Constitution, the criminal law, the UN convention, everything. The rape. So that's the whole thing that's going on in the country.
So
Go ahead.
so why is it that the lawyers of Gloria Scott filing for this complaint? I mean, they're concerned about charging almost everybody. Is it part of a legal, proceedings?
Sam, you're mixing the cases up now. We're talking about you jumping all over the place.
No, I've come by the Gloria Scott. I understand what you're saying about lawyers petitioning the government to prosecute these sanction officials.
Let's finish one thing at a time now. Okay, we can't be jumping
Okay.
all over the place. What you want to talk about now? Gloria Scott. Let's finish with Gloria
Yeah,
Scott.
Gloria Scott. The lawyers, they complain, the concerns they are raising now about collective guilt. As a lawyer, what are you saying about that?
They're not, as far as they're concerned, they want to know who really killed her. They're saying that all these people cannot kill this woman at the same time. There must have been one person that dealt the fatal blow. All of them, even if all of them stab her, she may not have died from all the stabbing. There was one stabbing that really killed her. Who killed her? All the same. They say, hey, all these people can't kill a woman at the same time. There's got to be one person that killed this woman. Who really killed her? Who really killed her? The government must tell us who really killed her, because they're charging all the people with conspiracy. Conspiracy does not give us who really killed the person. Okay, so they do not have a real, actual actor, a real suspect. They got all the people as suspects. So the lawyer are saying, hey, you can't have all these people. All the people can't kill this woman at the same time. Tell us who really killed her and prosecute them. Okay, yeah? You go on mute, Sam.
No, I was leaving the noise. If I have a noise coming, I was leaving. Hey.
You know what I think, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the situation with Gloria Scott. Okay, they just want to know who really killed her. They're saying the investigation is not complete. You didn't do a good investigation. All three of these people cannot kill this woman. You're charging them with conspiracy. But who is the real murderer? Who is the real suspect for murdering you? You got to tell us. Because they didn't point out anybody. They're charging all three of them for murder. And the prosecution is saying all three of these people cannot murder the woman at the same time. One of them must have committed the murder. Who committed the murder? Tell us. Okay? So if you can't tell us, then you're going to get the people bail, then you don't have enough evidence. So that's where the case is right now.
So can that be a reliance to set Gloria Scott free?
Where they want bail. They're saying that if you cannot point out the actual person who stabbed this person, then your investigation is not complete. So you are still investigating. So you do not have sufficient evidence to cannot be held for murder. One person must have murdered him. So if you can't show us who really killed this woman, you got to get these people bail. You got to release these people on bail. The personal with cognizance too, because I don't think Gloria Scott is a flight risk. She will not run away from the country. So, the former Chief Justice, so she's well known, she's popular. So if you don't have enough evidence to even charge this woman, you gotta get her bail. Okay, you do your investigation. The investigation not complete. So who really killed Shallow? You already know it. So until you tell us who dealt the final blow, you can't charge other people with murder. Even if they're in your house. And she came outside and she saw her daughter dead from the stabbing or something. She didn't know who stabbed her. But just because of the fact all of them lied and said it was a robbery and nobody really told the truth. So they charged all of them with murder because somebody had to be telling the truth around here. You're lying. We charge all of y'all with conspiracy. You can tell us who really killed this woman because they don't know that. So the lawyers are saying, hey, you don't have the fruit of the crime. You have the fruit of the crime. When it comes to elements that form the fruit of the crime, what they call the fruit of the crime, the things that cause the crime to happen. There are three basic things. One is the body. You have the dead body. That's the fruit of the crime. That one. There are various elements of the fruit. One is the body. Two is the element used to kill the person. And three is the person who killed the person. Those are the fruit of the crime. You have a victim. You have a weapon. A suspect. So you have the fruit of the crime. And one of those things are missing. You don't have a kid. That's what the court is saying now. Maybe they don't have the knife. They don't have all the evidence down. They can't say who really killed her. So they don't have the knife. If they had the knife, they could do fingerprinting and find out how many people play with that knife or who really had that knife if there were other knives. So the fruit of the crime is not complete. So once the fruit of the crime is not complete, the case is not ready to go forward. So the prosecution is saying, hey, you guys have not investigated this case properly. You got to give this woman bail until you can find the fruit of the crime and bring it together. Who killed this woman? So that, remember now, what did I tell you were the fruit of the crime? Huh? I can't hear you. You muted.
It's about the body.
Yes.
It's about the body, the object used.
Yes.
And the scene, all stuff like that.
And the person. The person.
The person,
suspect.
Yeah, the person's body.
No, the body is the victim.
Yeah.
The victim, the weapon, and the suspect. Okay, there are two different things. The victim is the person who was killed the victim. The weapon is those three elements.
Yeah.
The crime. So if you don't have any of those elements, or any of those elements are missing, you may not be able to pull a full case together. That case will be circumstantial. That means you don't have evidence. So they look for circumstances, all the situations around the case.
So those accused now, in the afternoon of all these, what you saying? So they were being jailed perpetually. What you saying?
No, that's what the lawyers are saying now. You don't have the fruit of the crime. The fruit of the crime is not complete. Because the fruit of the crime is not complete, you cannot hold these people for murder. You got to get them bail. Because the crime is not complete. Who killed Musu? Who killed Shallow Musu? They don't know.
But murder cases are not bailable.
They are not bailable if you have sufficient evidence. If you have evidence that, yes, this crime is committed and this person might be the suspect. If there's a high possibility that this person is the suspect, then it's not bailable. But if the evidence is not there to prove anybody killed the girl, because you got to show who killed the girl, because all the people were in the house, they could conspire to kill her. But one person can kill her. One blow can kill her. Not you can stab her 10, 12, 15 times, but one blow will kill her. One final blow will kill her. And that's the blow the autopsy is done for. Now the autopsy has already identified the blow. They say there were several veins that were cut. And one the knife penetrated certain places that cut certain veins. You read the report again, but they identified the final blow that killed her. But they didn't say who did it. Now we don't know whether the police got a knife, whether they have done a fingerprint or anything. We don't know other than that. So until they do that, and I cited that somebody killed this girl, you can't just bunch everybody together and say, okay, all of you killed. So that's what the lawyers are saying now. No, it's not fair. You can't bunch all the people. Yeah, maybe they might be there, but if they are there, all of them are not guilty of first-degree murder. Even if they're guilty, they're not guilty of first-degree murder. That's why they got degrees. You got second-degree murder. All of them, only the person that really killed that person, that did that fatal stabbing, is guilty of first-degree murder. Guilty of accessory to the crime, or second-degree murder, assisting, helping to kill the girl. You know, so accessory crime is the person who actually stabbed that person that has that mental intent to kill. Murder is intent. Okay? Intent when the person is killed. That what they have all the other people to attempted murder and bodily harm, grievous bodily harm. They have all those charges that are less than murder. Because if you don't murder somebody, you can come close to murdering them by the object you use. You know, if you stab somebody with a knife, they're going to die. They didn't die. Attempted murder. Crime. They don't have all the fruits of the crime. They got the victim. They got some of the suspects. They may have lives. We haven't heard about it. The last thing I heard,
the object news, we haven't heard about it.
The last I heard, they were trying to get rid of it. They had it in a black bag. They were trying to get it out of the house. But we don't know about the knives. We don't know whether they have done fingerprinting, the forensic. What the forensic say? The forensic talk. You can die, but the forensic will tell us how you die.
But did they find a knife in the house that was used?
We don't know all that.
Allegedly.
We don't know all that. That's why the prosecutor is saying. I mean, the defendant is saying. You don't have enough evidence. You haven't conducted your investigation. And if you haven't completed it, you're not charged with murder. So until you charge somebody with actually killing this woman, you got to bail these people because right now they are all suspects in jail for conspiracy charges. You have no risk.
But Rod, excuse me, the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and she's saying that this case is politically motivated.
Who got time for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? To hell with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. If the case somebody died, what political motivated got to do with the case? We got to go to the bottom of who killed this person, whether politically motivated or not. Somebody killed somebody, and there's a murder case involved. So let Ellen Johnson Sirleaf shut up there and go say the whole act. Okay, they like to talk all kind of stupid things. She the one that got our country where it is today. Okay? Somebody is dead. We don't care whether politically motivated or not. We got to find out who killed this girl. The political motivation comes when somebody try to do things that is not of a criminal nature. So once Moses Scott is not involved with the crime, he'll be on the hook. But right now, she was in the house. All of them in the house. Somebody died. What's political motivated about that? First they say, well,
What
and all of that.
was her statement realistic?
Was a statement realistic?
Mhm.
I got time for Helen Johnson Sirleaf. They were idiot. She started all the. I got that from idiots. I'm talking about murder case here, man. We're not talking about politics here. Gloria Scott was in the house. If they are found or robbed, or if they were saying that it was voluntarily, then we will say it politically motivated. But until they can show us now a give reason for killing this girl, we're not interested in what Ellen Johnson said. I'm not interested. I want to know who killed this girl and what's out of this case and why these people were in the house. And if they know anything, let them say it. What's the politics about it? Somebody died, son. What political about it? They were all in the house. They all know about what happened.
But
No,
from her statement, from Ellen's statement, do you think that she got some details on what happened
son,
from her statement?
That woman that caused enough havoc in our country. I want to talk about her. That's a crippled, useless fool. I want to talk about that old bitch. Don't let me cuss her, man. You know, the woman killed 250,000 people. She became president. She didn't even save the people's lives. Our people still dying on the Ellen Johnson Sally. You know that, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
As long as she got her hand in our politics and our people suffering and dying, she's responsible. When she knows she's responsible, that's what she's trying to put her hand in things to make it right. But she can't make it right no more. She's the cause.
Mm.
And even Sam, even if we don't punish this woman, Ellen Johnson Sally physically, God will punish her. Because the souls of the dead are crying for justice, crying for revenge. Sally is responsible for everything that happened since 1980. She's responsible.
Oh, sure, she is responsible.
And she knows that. And she's trying to save her soul. But her soul is not saved. Her soul is condemned. She will condemn her soul to the biggest part of hell. She will never see heaven. She will never see the face of Jesus Christ. She killed too many people. She's going straight to hell. And nothing she can do under the sun will save her from the punishment she got to face after she died. All the people working for Ellen Johnson, all the Titan people, all the 250,000 that were waiting for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and they will punish her when she died. They will punish her. She can't escape it. She can't escape it. Now she's trying to make amends, but it can't work. But time finish. She failed. She failed. She can't fix it no more. You know, she came with vindictiveness and revenge. Look at 5 years, I never working out. Why? Why?
She said she don't forgive easily. So maybe the old man, maybe your father did something to her.
No, I did something to her. I call her a useless bitch. That's what she didn't want to hire me because you know I'm going after her. You know, she can fool the white people, but she can't fool us who know what she did. To become president of Liberia. You can't tell all people to be president of Africa, the first female president in Africa. What was that? What was it? All the accolades she getting, all the awards and money. What does it work? Because nothing. Our people die.
So because you want to be president, that's why a lot of people die. Over 250% die
Well, you
in the
know,
war.
a woman can't be president of Africa like that.
It's not just easy.
Yes, so for her to be president, she had to start a war. She had to kill people so she could be the woman. After Toba and all of them were killed with the coup, Ellen became the woman. She won't be man. She can't be man. And no woman can rule Africa. That first woman president of Africa thing, that'll fool the white people. Look at the calamity in our country right now. Look at what happened in our country. Our country going down to zero, Sam. Zero. All because of Ellie Josie Salif. She did this. She took the door and all of them, lied to them, deceived them, slept with them. She did all that. You know, for what? To bring our country down to this. That's how. To bring our country down to this. You know, it's hard to swallow, Sam, to see suffering like this, to see our chance of existence turn back.
See, people still living in mud houses. See here. See what's happening here. See.
You see, Sam, that petty things, man. Our country
that's a problem. The government is not paying attention to the people. How to improve their livelihood. I mean, this country got all the resources.
Yes, we got all the resources to do better, to raise
Yeah. They put it like it's a resource-focused country. A resource-focused country. But still, we're not benefiting. They come up with not benefiting. What is the real reason behind this whole thing? Is it mismanagement? Is it corruption? Or is it unpatriotism?
All of the above. All of that. Unpatriotism, incompetence, corruption, stealing, lying, everything involved in it. That's why we need one leader. We need leaders. We need people who come into Liberia with the same mentality. One man coming to change Liberia. People, you need at least a group of people who believe in good governance, who believe in fairness, who believe in that's the people that will change our country. But right now we got too many petty rogues and thieves and people from Tutman era imbued with corruption and negativity. Yes. Sam, don't let her go over today. Do your closing thing. Today is Friday.
But do you think, I want to ask you one question, maybe one final question. But do you think that Tutman did well for this country?
Yes. Tutman did well. The only thing Tutman did very well. But you can only do so far and no more as one man. And that's not the purpose of democracy. At a certain time in Tutman's life, he did so much and couldn't do no more again. Because when you stay in power for so long and you still want to stay in power, you gotta get rid of certain people. You gotta suppress certain people. Because everybody love our country. You alone don't have a monopoly over the presidency. But people say, hey, man, it's time for you to move, man. You can't be there forever. So he had to silence all the people. He had to make all the people run from our country. And that was hurting us now. You see? But Tutman did good. Tutman has a good idea. I told you there was peace in our country for 23 years. There was no war. There was no instability. You know, we enjoy peace and stability. That's why I tell you. That's the mark of a good politician. Anybody who can maintain their system and themselves in whatever position you want. He was a good dictator. He maintained himself in power. Nobody moved him. Nobody shook his administration. That's a sign of a good politician, but not a good leader. You see, he was a good
But
politician.
the West supported him.
What is part of him?
The
What?
West, I mean
Huh?
the West, the Western world, the Western region, the Western world, America, Britain,
And what
the
was,
West.
you see, the Western region had nothing to do with Liberia. You see that you're a mistake. What the West got to do with Liberia? Huh? It's in the West's best interest to keep Liberia peaceful. To keep Liberia, they don't care who does it. You think the West cared because President Tubman did it? You think they had special relationship with Tubman? No, they didn't. He was president of Liberia. He gave them what they wanted. He kept Liberia peace and safe. So Toba. As long as Toba was doing what they were doing, he was their friend. When Toba decided to take Liberia off the America dependency list and give us freedom, America didn't love Toba no more. Jimmy Carter told Toba, you try to change from the World Bank, we'll overthrow you. That's what Toba was doing. Toba then
Hmm.
would move us away from the World Bank. That way they brought Ellen Johnson State Bank to put us back in the World Bank. She's an enemy of Africa. She's a World Bank agent. All Ellen Johnson Sirleaf doing is deceiving African leaders to submit their country to the World Bank. Why do you think they're giving her $1 million and supporting her like that? Because she's doing their bidding. You see, and they're seeing Tubman doing.
So World Bank against Africa?
You think World Bank for Africa? Are you crazy?
But they're undertaking projects, many projects.
Yeah, but they're getting more money from Africa than no projects.
Okay.
All the gold and diamond and bauxite and iron ore and things that in Africa, World Bank wanted. So they're giving all this petty shit. They're giving all this bullshit, Chinese shit for us to be happy with while they're taking all our gold and diamond. Why you think Ellie
So
Johnson getting millions and millions of dollars from all these accolades? She's not president, but they still giving her millions of dollars because she sold Africa.
is it compulsory that World Bank gave us aid or gave us support? Is it compulsory? Is it mandatory?
No, it's not mandatory, but they do it because they want to take resources from us. You think white people will give you something for free? They will not give you nothing for free. White people do not give you nothing for free. Okay? Even in America, when you see things free, it's not free. It's not free. Nothing free. Nothing is free, Sam. Somebody paying for it. Somebody is paying for it. They got kind white people. All white people are not evil. They got kind white people. If they didn't have kind white people, there would still be racism and slavery in America and hatred. But they got kind white people. But they're not kind enough to overpower the evil people because of money. Everything is money. You can be as kind as you want to be, but when you find out that you're going to lose money, you step back with your kindness. And that's what happens in America. How far will you go with your kindness?
Briefly, is I mean, is the Western world support to Africa? Is it benefiting us? Because I see Russia coming, Burkina Faso, Mali, and other countries. Russia is coming in.
Sam,
But African leader,
why would the Western world want to benefit Africa to the point that Africa will grow to be like the Western world? They can never do that. America's interest is not Liberia's interest. I'm an American citizen. My interest right now is America's interest. Believe it or not, my interest is not Liberia's interest. Liberia is my country. I want to help my country. But
I heard that the Kenyan president and the South African president I saying that we want partnership from the Western world, from the big powers. Not begging. We're not begging for anything, but partnership.
What kind
Are they on the right trajectory?
of partnership? To have partnership, you got to come to the table with something that's equal to the other side.
Yeah, so they're gonna make decisions, not just because you
What,
in power, you
what
give me
does
money. I'm
what
always
does
beg you.
what does Kenya have to come to the table to compare themselves with America? Everything in this world,
It's my Africa as a continent.
Sam. Everything in this world. Look at the olden days. Okay, nothing in the world has changed from the day Jesus was born
Mm-hmm.
to today. Nothing has
Yeah.
changed. Nothing has changed, Sam. We still got jealousy. We still got envy. We still got hatred. We still got love. All those things still exist among us. And as long as it exists among us, nothing will change. It will come in different form because of new generation, because of new ideals. It will come in different form. But when you look at the bottom of it, it's the same thing. Just like making movies here, people will come with all kinds of different movies. But the process to making movie can't change. It can't change. The same thing with life, Sam. We can change everything, but life goes on. All the new ideas come in, that innovation, but all of them are buttressed on the same foundation. Life. Life remains the same. Life goes on. All the changes, we call them perfume. We call them perfume changes to beautify it, to make it smell good. But life goes on the same. You live, you die, you gotta work, you gotta earn a living, you gotta raise your children. If you don't do it, everything remains the same. Everything is the same, Sam. We live, we grow, we eat, we sleep. That's called a life. Added to
So
it, everything added to it is perfume to make it beautiful. But life,
in spite of all our resources, Africa, why is it that we're not developed? Why is it that we're not developed?
because our mentalities have not grown. When you got so many tribes, the reason America has grown so big, I told you that. You leave from New York, you go to Florida, the people speaking English. They got the same culture, the British culture. All other cultures are subordinate to the British culture. So in America, you basically got one culture and one language. The country can't fit. Look at in Liberia, you can't even leave Monrovia and go to Bassa. If you can't speak Bassa, you finish.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm talking about? But in America,
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the people can speak English. The majority of the people can speak culture. You leave from here, you go to Florida, they're watching the same TV show. They got the same accents. They got the same culture. Even if the accent different, they think the same way. Your country can't fail. But you got different tribes, different people, different languages all over the place, your country will fail. You can't unite your people. There's a failure to communicate. You see, in America, you can communicate. You can hear each other. We talk the same language. And you don't know how amazing. You gotta be educated to appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Not educated, you can't appreciate it because with me, that was the greatest thing in this country. That I could leave New York and go to Florida and talk with people in Florida. I'm talking to people in America and they will understand me. That blew my mind. That was the greatest thing. This is the greatest thing. People can communicate anywhere in America you go. The culture is almost the same. It's not the same. It's similar. And that will make this country great because people got the same culture all over. But when you leave like Monrovia and go to Baza and the people are completely different, they think different, they act different, you can't have no peace. Sam, do your closing remark that end the show.
Yeah, we got some important thing to discuss when it comes to Africa, the development of Africa, and how Africa must unite to and to be strong, and not just dependent on the Western world. But the time is against us, and I hope that tomorrow we can discuss Africa
No, no,
because
let me tell
Africa has a lot of resources. Africa has a lot
let
of
me,
resources, and still we're not developed.
let me tell you one thing. I don't talk for Africa. I know all the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, and things in Rhode Island here. They don't respect me as a part of them. I
Mm.
can't talk. They got educated people just like me, more than me.
Why is it? Why is it that they don't? You know, they're
Let
not
me
close to
tell
you.
you something. Now that business, you think I'll go force the Nigerian man to talk for Nigeria? I ain't gonna force it. My job is to educate my people in Liberia to become conscious of who we are. We can't feed ourselves. Why going to talk for African people for? The Ghanaian people living better than my people. Why going to talk for them for? The Nigerian people living better than my people. Why going to talk for them for? Some of them say they educated more than me. When the hell I going to talk for them for? I got my own people. My
No, what
own
I'm
people.
saying, they're saying that Africa cannot
I ain't
rule
gonna talk
herself.
for Africa, Sam. You will die when you talk for Africa. These damn African bitches don't like each other. They don't
The
respect
the
themselves.
the
Like I
Gaddafi,
said,
they're coming Nkrumah, other guys. Yes, too.
they don't respect themselves. They don't love each other. We got too many damn tribes in Africa. To hell with Africa. I ain't give a damn about Africa. I'm worried about my damn country and my children in my country that are not eating. That's the people I worry about. What the hell I care about Africa? The hell with Africa. But African people ain't got shit on their mind, none of them damn rogues and tribal bitches. You think I come to kill
Hmm.
African people? How many tribes in Africa, Sam? 200,000 tribes. You think I would live to put all the damn tribes together? Don't tell me about Africa, man. Why are you showing us that again?
That's more the poverty. Too much poverty.
Yeah,
How
but what's
Africa is poor. So I'm not sure saying what an elderly person is so poor and thinking how to get in the next 10, 15 minutes how to get a gari and to survive.
okay?
So
After
it was
eight,
important that I show her
tomorrow,
because
Sam.
you discussed the poverty.
Okay, we start tomorrow after 8. See
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my show is over. I hope you all understand what I'm talking about. Too many times we die fighting for Africa. Africa don't give a damn about me or my people. Africans got to fight for your country on your own. We got too many diversities, too many tribes, too many bullshit rogues and criminals in Africa. I ain't talking for Africa. I'm talking for my country. When my people rise, I expect the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Burkina Faso, wherever they are, they better take care of their people and raise the consciousness of their people. Okay? I'm just one man. I'm a Christian. Africa got too many problems, too many gods. I got one God. Let me concentrate on Liberia and build my country and my people, and we can be missionaries to the rest of Africa for Jesus Christ. Aluta. Continue. My class is done. Have a good day, my people. I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't do what I wouldn't want you to do. And even if you do,